I realized today, I just determined something that my live stream, this live stream for specifically, is going to cause world peace. But I want to stress that's not why I'm streaming. Yes, my stream will cause world peace. And yes, world peace is a good thing. But no, that's not why I'm streaming. I'm streaming because I'm going to have to go poo pretty soon. And nothing is better at making me poo than live streaming. So world peace then is just a happy side effect, not an intended consequence of my streaming. Just like petting Kitty is not an intended consequence of my live streaming, just an inevitability. Kitty likes to come get pets when we start to stream as well. It makes me poo, it makes her get pets. So I spent a lot of time in bed last night. Like 12 hours, but I probably didn't sleep all 12 hours. I probably slept 9 or so. 9 hours. I spelled Causez with a Z. Again, not intentional, but probably a critical component in how my stream causes world peace. Alright, so what do we do when we start streaming at first? What's the first thing that we got to do? The first thing that we always got to do when we start streaming is pull a couple of bong rips. Because bong rips, as they say, make the world go round. And if you really seek world peace, you should start by pulling some bong rips. Because bong rips are nature's peaceful plant. Nature's most peaceful plant is the marijuana plant. It's like the Eagles said a long time ago. It gives you a peaceful, easy feeling. Of course, you can't get a peaceful, easy feeling, hi Boba Fett, unless you're the first C sunglasses D. I don't know what C sunglasses D means. But I do accept Afghanistan versus Sri Lanka. Are they at war? Well, I'm putting a stop to that right now. Oh, you have big ears, I see. One of them's a C, one of them's a D. I'm sorry you didn't get matching ears, Boba Fett. That's probably got you teased a little bit as a child. One of your ears is a C, the other ear is a D. Like that. Except with an Indian accent. Are there a lot of people in India named Siddhartha? Is that a popular name in India? Yes. Siddhartha. Like Siddhartha Gautama. AKA the Buddha. Yeah. Yeah, the Buddha, as they call him. So I would imagine, I would imagine that it'd be reasonably popular then. Because didn't the Buddha come from India, even though he's like all like Asian Asian guy, like Asian religion? I think he came from India originally. I'm really surprised that your Asian nations would accept a religion from a different country. They all seem so ethnocentric. Of bucking knees fame, buckling knees fame. Well, he was famous for sitting under a tree. I know that. He was kind of like the Isaac Newton of India. He learned important things by sitting under a tree. Personally, when I sit under a tree, I just think, wow, I wish I had a chair. I'm getting ticks on my bottom. But I guess Siddhartha didn't really care about that. He just said, ticks, schmicks. They still sell saplings of the Bodhi tree? The very one, the very original Bodhi tree? I don't know what kind of tree it was. Except that it was a Bodhi tree. It's a little bit better than a Brody tree. IINW. Inwa. It does appear there's a little scrap of weed left in this bottle. Maybe I'll smoke this one. Classic Jack. The last bong rip of Classic Jack. Which does indeed taste like Jack. We bought this when we went to the Johnny show. Boy, how important is it that we went to that Johnny show when we did? Because guess what happened to Johnny? He injured his throat in some way so badly that he had to cancel the rest of his tour and is getting throat surgery. So on this tour shirt that we have, which talks about all the places he's going to stop at, he only went to 5 places. Santa Cruz, San Luis Obispo, Vegas, Santa Cruz twice, San Luis Obispo, Vegas, and Des Moines. He only went to 4 places, but he played 5 shows in that whole tour. And we got the tour shirt from it, and we got this signed merch from that tour. And that tour is dead. How lucky are we? We were so lucky and smart to go when we did. Oh, it's a lot of disappointed Johnny fans, that's for sure. I'm sure Europe's just really upset about it because Europe tends to be a little ahead of the curve of America in terms of what's good, I've noticed. Oh no, Johnny will refund everybody for sure. Johnny was during the show was fuck Ticketmaster for making these tickets more expensive. I want them to be affordable for everybody. He was very you guys do me this huge favor of coming to see me play, and I'm gonna make sure that you're aware that I appreciate it. So he's an INFJ, but of course he's gonna refund everybody's money. He's got FE Tool. Okay, well, you got a point there, Boba Fett. You do have a point. He is fine to Interscope, and who knows what Interscope's going to do. But the thing about gigs is that's really the contemporary advantage of signing with a label. Is a label will get you a bunch of gigs all around the country and make you have a tour because that's where the artists make their money. The labels get almost no money from the live performances. Well, I can tell you this much, even though the tickets weren't very expensive, yeah, all the big names tour and make their money. I agree. Johnny needs to tour to really rake it in. Like even though he wasn't charging a lot of money on for tickets, I know he made a lot of money on that show. Got about 1,000 seat occupancy. Had about 1,000 people in there, and Rachel and I were hardly the only ones buying merch. So now, granted, it appeared to me that everybody in that audience was quite young. So young people typically don't have as much financial means as older people to buy a bunch of shit, but it was priced. Everything was priced like to be affordable to regular people. You know. You cloggy cloggertons. Why do you always clog? It's like you majored in clogging in Bong College. What do you do when you're Bong majored in clogging at Bong College, huh? So yeah, if we look at the back of this Johnny shirt. Okay, so he played Santa Cruz, San Luis Obispo, Las Vegas, Fort Collins, Boulder, and Des Moines. And that's where he heard his voice, is in Des Moines. So he played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 places. But he had all the rest of this column. All of these places he's not going to play now. Kansas City, Bloomington, Madison, Indianapolis, Columbus, Harrisburg, Burlington, Asbury Park, Charlotte, Charleston, Orlando, Fayetteville, Oklahoma City, Tucson, Pomona, Dublin, Manchester, London, Berlin, Warsaw, Amsterdam, Paris, Zurich, Milan, Mexico City. He's not going to play any of those places. He just played Santa Cruz, San Luis Obispo, Las Vegas, Fort Collins, Boulder, and Des Moines. So that's pretty crazy. Any of those places at those. I mean, he he might conceivably try to issue everybody a rain check. It's possible. Reschedule the date of the show. But I don't know what he's going to do. Thing is, that's all predicated on his voice coming back as well. Of course, he could get a singer to sing for him. There's something absolutely beautiful about who you are. Yeah, the Madberry Park, Matt. I mean, he'll have to do it in 2024. I think that tour ends at the end of 2023. I'll have to look at the dates again, but and who knows how long his voice is going to take to recover? Who knows how badly he damaged it, and if it'll actually even recover all the way. And the thing is, the guy's a hell of a vocalist. Well, but I banned him back when he was leaf mower or whatever. He just came back as a different person. He can come back as a different person again if he wants. And he can try again. But I've explained why I banned him. I have good reason to have banned him. I was genuinely surprised and disappointed when I discovered that he wasn't just like a bitter moralist. He was just, it doesn't matter, even if you were ascribing to his very specific magical thinking worldview, he was just as negationary, just as hatey about everything. So at that point, I realized he wasn't a bitter moralist; he was just a hypocrite. And at that point, you're just toxic. You have no reason for anybody to listen to you at all if you're just going to be continually toxic about everything, no matter what, and there's no actual consistent justification for it. Will you stop meowing at me? I came in to watch you eat earlier. You didn't want to eat. You wanted to steal my donut if you could. Pain in the ass cat. Could you be more of a pain in the ass? The answer is maybe, but I doubt it. So obviously, Rachel and I feel very fortunate to have gotten to see him. And what we each say was the best show we've ever seen. And I'm 52 years old, and I have seen a shit ton of shows. Oh, Mr. Kitty. What a good eater you are. The problem I have is I cannot sit down with this cat and eat with him because if I have any food of any kind, he'll come over and just bother me the whole time and not eat his own food. Even if the food I have is a donut. I tried to sit and watch him eat earlier, but he wouldn't leave me and my donut alone. I said, fine, I gotta get up and walk out of here. Alright, let's go smoke a quick cigarette. There's a good view of the garage. Makes it look kind of nice and orderly instead of like the cigarette strewn crap hole it is. Yeah, I tell ya, there just ain't no way to stop being yourself. People can tell you, boy, you sure would be better off if you were less like yourself and more like, yeah. But you can't ever really stop being yourself. I remember seeing this movie one time. I believe it had Keanu Reeves in it. He can come across sort of like a salafist. I don't know what a salafist is. Is it a salad enthusiast? I mean, like, why do you want him unbanned so much anyway? Did he bring anything positive, or was he always just trying to start fights with everybody and shit on people? The latter. It's not like anybody could call me quick on the trigger, you know? Hi, Misty Doy. I am fine. It's Saturday morning, and I'm live streaming because I need to poo, but I haven't pooed yet. Live streaming usually makes me poo. Smoke too much? Well, you don't smoke enough. I think that's the better explanation. That you don't smoke enough. Look, smoking is just yogurt for your lungs. Okay, you like yogurt. Sometimes I like yogurt. Usually not so much, but sometimes I like it. I go through phases. I go through yogurt phases and then non-yogurt phases. Rachel and I went to the store yesterday. We got chips. We got a few more frozen dinners. Well, you know what I say about salafists. Salafists, smalafists. Okay. Did you get the cat door installed for them, or is the place come with one? This cat door came with the house. The cat door over there I installed, but um, it's fine. Like it's the right size and everything, but I have metal doors, so trying to fix the plate on this side that has the flap has proven a bit of a challenge. I need to glue it on there basically, and I haven't gotten around to re-gluing it after the first attempt failed. But I guess that's why they call it the blues. I will get back around to it. I've got a number of things I need to get around to. Little tasks and stuff. Like right now, I really should be feeding the woodland cutters to the woodland friends. It's 8:30 in the morning. Alright, fine. Woodland friends. I'll give you some cutlets. Well, I mean, the problem's solved now, and it's solved in an ideal way because there's a cat door into the garage, and there's a cat door from the garage into the house. So it's not likely to invite unwanted creatures in as much, and it doesn't let bugs in the house, you know. So it's really the ideal solution. It was just to put another cat door over here. I used to leave this door cracked, but that was not a good solution for when we weren't home. When we left out of town. Like, now we can easily enough, if we want to, leave for 2 nights, fill up the cat's plates, fill up the cat's water thing, and, fill a fresh thing of litter. And they don't even need to go use the litter necessarily and go outside. So, it really sets up beautifully like this. Now, I don't have any modesty pants on this morning, but I am wearing boxers, so I'm not wearing bun huggers, so you should be fine. Protect your eyes, though, if you need to. There's some more cutlets for you. There's a lot of these, what Les calls head flies around, which are these little gnats that fly in your face when you go outside. But right now there are, I'm guessing they'll go out of season soon enough. Rachel and I don't really do a whole hell of a lot of outside, Outside, we figure, it's kind of like for plants and animals and stuff. Not really for people. Call me speciesist if you must. But I just don't see outside as the land of human beings. I'm a big believer in inside. Which is why today, for this live stream that will cause world peace, no, I didn't put the Z on cause on purpose. But now that I see that it's there, I don't regret it. I don't regret the Z. It means that this live stream causes world peace in a more cool way than just the regular way. 30,056 watching now. PBD stream? I don't know who PBD is. Peanut butter delicious? Peter Barry Dawkins? Patrick Bet David? I never heard of him. Well, I know full well that my stream will never have 30,000 people watching. If it were to have 30,000 people watching, well then, I'd probably say go ahead and super chat, and I'm more likely to read your thing. And I'd probably make a lot of money, you know. You got 30,000 people at your show, whatever it is, engaging in some sort of live chat capacity. You're bound to make a lot of money. Iranian ENTJ business motivational guru guy. Guys, what you have to do is you've got to set goals. I should totally make a stupid ENTJ's channel like that with a whiteboard and goal setting and G for goal. Without a goal, you can never achieve anything. O for overdo it. Look, the problem is you might think, hey, I don't want to get obsessed with this one thing. The problem is the lack of clarity. You got to overdo it, okay? A, always achieve your goals, okay? That's what the A in goal stands for. And L, leave all non-goals behind. By doing this simple GOAL plan, you too can be hugely successful and live in a fancy house. I could totally be like, look at my house, take pictures of the outside of it and stuff. Do you think you can get a house like this by being lazy and not setting goals? No. You've got to set goals like I did. Fucking TE. Huh? Am I right? Do you feel me? Fucking TE. Do you want a fancy house like this? You've got to set some goals right now. Change my name to something like Kurt Strong. My name's Kurt Strong. And I'm here to tell you how to live. You might have a sneaking suspicion. Hey, am I living wrong? It happened to me too. Back when I was a child, before I learned the importance of goal setting, I too was lost, adrift, unsure of where to go. And then one day, I had a revelation. Hey, I know what I want. All I need to do is figure out how to get there. And so I sat down with a notepad and I wrote down a few simple goals. And I look back at them years later now and I realize not only have I achieved all those goals, I've surpassed them. Why anybody would want to watch that shit, I do not know. Let me tell you, as a child, I didn't set small goals. Be a millionaire by the age of 25. Check. By the age of 25, I had over $1 million in assets and had been a broker for several multi-million dollar deals, resulting in pretty large paydays for me. But look at this one, goal 5. Share what you know with others. And that's what I'm doing now. Because this isn't something unique to me. This is something anybody can do. You just have to change who you are and become the person I tell you to be. It's just that simple. T. Can you guess which part of me you can suck? If you guessed my dick, you're right. TE, you get special access to that because normally that's reserved just for Rachel, but for you, TE, I'll make an exception. Fine, watch yourself. You're next. Essie, careful. Well, I pulled some bong rips. That's good. Drank some coffee. Good. Watched the cat eat for a minute or two. Fine. Fed the woolly friends. Not bad. But what did I really stream to do? Causing world peace? No. That was just an incidental impact of this. Because all 30,000 people at ENTJ Business Guys stream, well, right now, they're just beginning to tune into this stream and learn the ways of world peace and why that guy's so full of shit. And it's such an eye-opening new reality for them that it causes world peace. Am I really that low on cigarettes? I could have sworn I had an almost... Oh, yeah, there's the almost full pack. Okay. We're fine. Nobody needs to panic. I do have an almost full pack. Also, this poop is moving. I feel it doing its job. Moving around. It's turning so that it doesn't come out breech. You don't want your poop to be born breech. You don't have to have a C-section either, ideally. No, I'm not going to watch you eat more right now, Trouble. I'm going outside to smoke. So just deal with it. Motivation to succeed starts with the discipline to not be distracted. In other words, have one clear idea and focus on completing that thing. That's it. Okay, well, it's fine for you to eat on. And I tool. It's not like he's wrong exactly. He's just wrong in thinking that everybody should imitate him. Yeah, I guess I can see why some people might want to watch that stuff. It's like, I want a voice in my ear telling me Stick with it, follow through, complete your thing, and you too can achieve success. But as you can see, there are things in the universe that defy any heuristics about persistence, paying off, um, stick with itness, or whatever. Because you just look at this YouTube channel. I've been at this for a decade, putting up videos after videos. And as soon as live stream happens, live streaming all the time. It doesn't really matter. Nothing ever changes, you know. I have a low ceiling as content, apparently, you know. I can imagine myself enjoying listening to my live streams because they're not unpleasant usually. I've listened to them in the car myself some, so I see that it has some appeal that I can identify with myself. Because, like, in general, Rachel and I, it's the case that she likes to watch the kind of content I make. I like to watch the kind of content she would make if she made content. Good morning, Acacia. But we don't really like to watch the same kind of content. Nevertheless, I have a great deal of respect for Rachel's taste. And she's long enjoyed this. So it must not be all bad. Okay, guys, I think the moment is here. The exciting moment of birth that we've all been waiting for. The real reason why I live streamed it all. Because I badly needed to go poo, but it wasn't coming out in timely fashion. So, one thing I know is history's best laxative is live streaming. Every time I live stream, I have to poo. It's like morning, the sun comes up, live stream, I have to poo. If you're feeling constipated, try live streaming. It works every time. I think maybe it's because I get up and walk around more when I'm streaming, move from place to place. But it could just be that my body works any down. So the more extroverted intuition I engage in the morning, the better my physical body works. That could be the case. I don't really have a good mechanism for how it would work that way. So if you're skeptical, I don't blame you. One thing you shouldn't be skeptical of is that my live stream this morning is currently causing world peace. Pretty good, huh? Everyone's like, okay, we'll all be cool now. And civil and smart. Disinterested in our calculi regarding public matters. Fine, Eric. You win. And that's how world peace comes about. Everybody decides to listen to me, and they agree with me because I'm right, and then that's how I win. Unfortunately, people don't seem to agree with you when you're right. They agree with you for other strange reasons. Or disagree with you for other strange reasons, you know? Otherwise, people would always agree with me. Except when I'm wrong, in those rare instances when I'm wrong, then they disagree with me. And I'd agree with them once they explained why I was wrong. Then I wouldn't be wrong there anymore. One should really treat wrongness like a hair growing out of a mole. It's never a good idea to leave it there. You should always cut it off as soon as possible. Ah, and now I've gone pee as well. I'm going pee, you know. It's currently occurring. And it is wonderful. One can understand why I don't have 30,000 people in my live stream. It's pretty easy to understand why. Because at my live stream, you're currently looking at the ceiling and listening to a man talk about going to the bathroom. So it makes sense why I don't have 30,000 people here. But you know, there are other parts of the live stream that are even more exciting than this. Like the part when I go outside again to smoke a cigarette, but this time go to a different place. That's gonna be pretty exciting. I think you guys are gonna be like, wow, we're here? And I'll be like, yeah, we are. That was a good hearty poo. That's the kind of poo you say, hey mom, look, I got a big hearty old poo. Okay. Now, I think it's important we discuss a very important topic of gingivitis. Okay, well, I feel a lot better without that big poop in me. I feel about 10 pounds lighter. 10 pounds lighter and 10 years younger. I think I'm just going to have to grow more accustomed to life without amphetamines. Hello. My robot arm is spectacular. Yeah, it is. You have all the grace and beauty of a real robot. Okay, so now that I have successfully pooped, I'm going to take you on a whirlwind adventure of magic outside to a different place than we've been before today to go smoke a cigarette. That's right, we're going to do something a little bit crazy. We're going to go back here. We're going to stand back here. We're going to learn, live, and love by standing back here. And today's going to be the day that you're going to say, hey, we went back there. Remember that time? We'll talk about it later on. Remember the time we went back there? And you'll all be like, yeah, I remember. That was so different. We were back there. Eric was standing up. There were trees behind him. It's like, wow. And then he started singing that song, I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control, and I think I like it. Oh, I hear some birds saying, meow, 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 meow. Starting to look like autumn for sure. The big tree, even though it's an evergreen of some sort, it's making these, I guess, some kind of seed pods or something. You can see it there in the sun. Makes it look pretty orange. It's the tallest one I'm talking about. And the moon's still out overhead. I could look at the moon, but it isn't exciting. Plus, it's way above me, so I have to strain my neck really high. I've been taking a lot of B12 vitamins, trying to see if I can cure my neuropathy by taking them multiple times a day. Try to get through a couple of bottles of them. If it works, if I can prove the concept on myself, then I can relentlessly push B12s on Rachel and fix her neuropathy. I can't tell if it's working or not, but it certainly seems like it is, but it could be my imagination. But it could not be my imagination. So I guess when I go inside, I'll take a couple more B12s. I don't really care about my neuropathy. It's so minor. It's just on the balls of my feet. Which are different than just my balls, you know. Balls of my feet are a lot less sensitive. I wouldn't want to walk on my testicles. That would probably be quite uncomfortable. Well, Trevor's hanging out with me. doing patrol, making sure no wayward lizards get away with existing peacefully. Cats. They've got some good qualities and they've got some not so good qualities. Killing lizards is among their not so good qualities. If it were up to me, they'd just leave the lizards alone. I guess that's maybe the first step to causing world peace is to stop the cats from killing the lizards. Well, I am going to wrap this up fairly shortly because it is college football Saturday. I think I'd like to watch a little college football with my eyes. Before I do that, I'm going to take some B12s. Take 2 of them. Let's take out 2 of them, like an hour or 2, you know. Nobody poos the way you poo, Acacia. You poo with such grace and elegance. It's hard to believe that you're pooing. Yeah, I know, it's not been a long stream, but I'm not on any amphetamines, so, you know, I'm not entirely over sleepy week. I can tell because I still have these meows under my eyes that I don't have any, Boba Fett. I have none. If I had them, you wouldn't have to tell me to take them. I take them without anybody telling me. So anyway, sorry for the short stream. I appreciate your being here. You guys are the reason I poop so successfully. And, you know, that means I'm having some sexual intercourse today. Because I put off sexual intercourse last night because I had too much poop in me. I felt constipated. Now I don't. I feel freed from a big poop that was occupying too much of my time and attention. So that means it's time for Rachel to be a good wife. Anyway, I'll bid you all adieu. And I'm going to watch a little football. I'll probably go back to bed, take another little nap. I'll probably be back live streaming again later. And when I am, next time I'm going to cure world hunger. So we're on a roll. I've already caused world peace. Just keep up the good faith and hope that the next live stream will be just as powerful as this one was. Thanks for being here, and goodbye for now.